Hey everyone, my name is Catherine Bond and I'm the program coordinator for the QBIC program at FIU. QBIC stands for Quantifying Biology in the Classroom, and we are a biology program. So if you are not a biology major, this won't apply to you. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen here and share a quick PowerPoint with you all to tell you a little bit about the program. Let's see. So again, quantifying biology in the classroom. You might wonder, what does this mean? So the QBIC program is really working to integrate the math classes with the science classes. So we are a biology program, but we recognize the importance of being able to apply science to math and math to science. Obviously, this is going to happen in your future if you have an interest in studying biology or studying, going to graduate school, going to medical school, anything like that. So that's what our program is designed to do. Let me tell you a little bit about it. We are a track within biology. So this means that if you're not a bio major, that you won't be eligible to apply, but all of our students, when they graduate, will have a biology degree. We're just a special track under the biology degree. And what we do, what's different about our track compared to the typical biology curriculum, we have a few extra classes. So I mentioned the math classes and the importance of integrating them. So what we're doing is we're adding a few extra math classes. We have a couple of calculus labs, which that may be a little confusing because what is a calculus lab? I understand. So basically our students are working in small groups doing projects. They're working on, again, integrating the science and the math together in small group settings. And so that's basically what they're doing in the lab. Still working on the calculus problems. Our students find that it really reinforces what they're learning in the lecture. We do also require a journal club. So you might not know what a journal club is, but basically if you've ever tried to read any kind of scientific writing, anything like that, medical journals, you know, any of the studies, the science studies that you see online, it's really hard to understand. So what we're doing is starting freshman year, each semester, you will have a journal club. They're small groups, usually 8 to 10 students of your cohort for QBIC, and you're reading medical journals, reading scientific writing, you're talking about it, you're writing about it. Our students tend to enjoy the class a lot. So it is an additional credit, but it's a very valuable credit. Our students really succeed in these classes. And if you have any interest in graduate school, medical school, you're going to have to do that eventually. So we're kind of giving you the upper hand in knowing how to do it already. So designed for bio majors, critical thinking skills, that's what I'm talking about with the integration. So the math, the science, where the critical thinking skills are so important there, and also with the journal clubs. And our goal is to prepare students for graduate or professional school. And I will say also the medicine, so med school, vet school, dental school, DO, PA, all of those types of things. We have students going into those programs as well. Our program is not designed for medical students, but about 90% of our students do have an interest in going to medical school. So we align very well with the requirements for medical school. And the most important part, we're a scholarship program. So freshmen, sophomores, $1,000 a semester, juniors, seniors, $1,250. If you think about the overall cost of FIU, this is actually a lot of money comparatively. So it's typically ends up being about 1/3 of your tuition. If you do have bright futures, you do have a presidential scholarship, anything like that, you still get our money. So you just get it on top of it. So students use it for books, for food, for anything like that. Let's see. Okay. So we do offer small class sizes. Since we're cohort based, we have very small class sizes, and our freshman class this year was 25 students. So this right here, this is a stadium at FIU that holds 484 students. A typical Biology 1 lecture at FIU can hold upwards of 484. It could have up to 400 students in the class. And so we're boasting that we have really small class sizes. So it looks similar to what you would have in high school. This is 46 students, but like I said, 25 students were in our freshman class this last year. So you get those personal relationships with professors, you get letters of recommendation for any professional or graduate school, you make friends. I mean, coming into FIU, you might not know a whole lot of people going to FIU, so this is a great way to build your friend group and really you know, make relationships that'll last. The QBIC model, the teaching Pentagon. So I mentioned the journal club, and I mentioned the integration of the math into our curriculum. Lecture and lab is kind of a given. We, at, you know, most colleges across the country, there's, you know, bio classes will have a lab associated with it. The biology department also runs a program called PLTL, that's peer-led team learning, and it's more, this program is really reinforcing what you're learning in the lecture. So it's, again, small groups, almost like study hall, we'll call it, but you work together doing worksheets and things to reinforce what you're learning in the lecture. And then mentoring. There are so many studies out there about success of college students in mentoring, and with the QBIC program, you have built-in mentors. So the directors are faculty at FIU, and they're always available to our students. The program advisors, which is me, you can always come to me with issues if you have any problems enrolling, that kind of stuff. Research advisors, so our students are it is suggested our students get into research. So sometimes it's hard to do it because you think about, there's about 6,000 biology students at FIU, and if they're all planning on going on to a graduate school or, you know, to medical school, you're going to need to be working in research. So we really help you get involved with labs and things like that. And the professors / instructors, like I said, you build those relationships. And then most importantly, I say peer advising, graduate student advising. We have students across the country in medical school, in graduate school, in all types of schools. So they're always willing to help because they've gone through the QBIC program, they know what it takes, and so they're ready to help the future. And it works. So the ETS exam scores, this is basically an exit exam for all biology students when they're leaving FIU, when they're graduating. And you can see here that the QBIC students tend to do better on the ETS exams. And I think it has to do with the mentorship and the small classes and things like that. And then eligibility, so this is important. Entering freshmen, 3.3 GPA, minimum 1165 SAT, and a minimum of 24 cumulative ACT. We prefer that you have experience in the math classes, pre-calculus, some of the upper level algebras, and obviously an interest in graduate school or medical school. I will say, if you have, for example, a 3.2 GPA, and maybe your SAT is a 1300 or your ACT is a 26, we still want you to apply because we don't draw the line firm. We recognize that some students have some issues, you know, it's life, we're all human. So if you have, you know, a 3.2 GPA, but you did great on your tests scores, then we still want you to apply because we're looking at the whole picture. And so let me see if I have it here. Some of the requirements to apply. There's an application online, which I'll show you in just a little bit. We want 2 letters of recommendation and then a personal statement. Personal statement does not have to be long, but we want to know, why do you want to be in QBIC, how you think QBIC will help you, and kind of what your academic or career goals are. So these are my favorite slides. This is where some of our students have gone. This is class of 2014, so obviously we have a lot more data on them than some of the students that are closer for their graduation. But you see we have medical school, dental school, PhD programs. Some students are working at labs for the NIH. They're doing research. We have vet school. We have some in dental school now. I mean, it's all over the place. So just know that if you do have an interest in those professional schools, that we can help you get there. We're here to help you with that. So that's the end of that slide. And what I wanted to show you was our curriculum. So here, This is our 4-year curriculum. I mentioned that we have small classes and, you know, we do have students in QBIC only labs, but this is what a typical semester would look like for freshman year. You can see there are a lot of classes on there. You see the calculus labs, that kind of stuff, and the journal clubs, and it looks hard. I know it looks hard. Most of our students, they look at it and they get really nervous, but I promise once you're in it, it's not as hard as it looks. And we've had 13 years of students do it. So it is possible. And then sophomore, junior, senior year, you can see how the requirements get fewer and fewer. And that's where you would fill in some of your undergraduate requirements, like English comp, like those types of classes, and then also any upper level electives. Senior year, just 1 credit. You can fill it up with whatever you owe for your bio degree. And then lastly, let me show you our website. It's very simple to navigate to. It's qubic.fiu.edu. And here is just a brief look at it. But if you're interested in applying, you'll click on the prospective students and apply now. So it's very simple. Like I said, you fill out this application, easy, and then 2 letters of recommendation and a personal statement. And then the letters of recommendation can be sent via mail, but we prefer email. Obviously, we're in 2020, so qubic@fiu.edu is the email address to send it to. And let me see if I go back, there should be, let me see if it's contact us. So this is our director, Mauricio Rodriguez Linetti. And obviously this is me, the program coordinator, Catherine Bond. You can reach me with questions through our website that comes directly to my email box. You can email me directly at this email address, or just simply kbond@fiu.edu. Both of those work. And then, or qubic@fiu.edu. You have a wide range of ways to reach me. So I hope that if you have questions, you'll reach out. I'd love to talk to you. We can talk on the phone, or we can do a Zoom call, or we can just simply go back and forth via email, whatever works best for you. If you call the office, that number there, I will not answer because I am not on campus right now. So please use one of the other methods to reach me, and hopefully we can connect at some point. And let's see, stop share. So that's it. Please let me know if you have questions. I appreciate you watching the video. I hope to see some of you apply. Thanks.